Welcome to Rewatch. We are on season 2, episode 12 of the Dave Filoni's Clone Wars. This one's called The Mandalore Plot. I do remember this one. They even made a comic book, I think, about this that I think I accidentally bought, then gave away because I realized this was the episode. I was just rereading, and I hated when the comic books did that, when they kind of just redid one of the old TV episodes, because you could tell a lot more news stories from Dave Filoni's Clone Wars instead of just making a comic book of the or little children's book of the episodes. Now I know that was a common thing to do. I get it. I'm just saying I want to hear more outside of these episodes. Anyway, you know this. Obi-Wan goes to Mandalore. Wait, a peaceful Mandalore. What's going on? They've done away with their warrior ways, unlike Karen Travis's series. But remember, Leland Chi corrected this, and this was on StarWars.com for years when I started defending the EU. And people said, oh, the contradiction between Mandalore on Clone Wars and in the books, that's different. Leland Chi had an excuse, had an article up on StarWars.com that explained this was new Mandalore trying to get a peaceful realm. It didn't last. Of course, they went back to their bounty hunting warrior ways. That one ran out. It was just a short, brief error in the Mandalorian history. And that was great. That was good stuff. So this is not really a contradiction as everyone says it is. Because if so, then and I remember someone say, do you have a link to that article? And I was like, go to StarWars.com and scroll. It was like really the top page story at the time when I was defending the EU being in continuity. It's so ridiculous, the lack of people's effort to do any research for the truth. Either way, I digress. Satine is in this. Satine goes undercover. She and I know everyone loves Obi-Wan Satine. I was more of an Obi-Wan Siri fan, not Satine, but Obi-Wan Siri fan. That was what I was more about. A lot of people do like Satine and Obi-Wan. The Mandalorians are supposed to be neutral, but Obi-Wan hears rumors they're going over to the Separatist side. They're not. It's the Death Watch group, and I can't remember the guy's name, but he has that black sword that goes up against the lightsaber. I wasn't really a big fan of that. Like, even if he has a lightsaber to go against a Jedi has better reflexes than a Mandalorian. Oh, Mandalorians are really fast. So, yeah, but the reason Django put up such a good fight against Obi-Wan is that he had all these gadgets, and he still didn't get a good fight about it. He had to run. It was just enough to delay and throw Obi-Wan off with all his gadgets, with all his tricks. But if it's sword, just a sword battle and that's it, I think Obi-Wan would dispatch them quickly. I feel that's the way. So that was very weak. Another thing that I thought was really weird, one of the guards, who's a traitor, falls off the balcony and lands on the concrete, and there's no blood. You hear him hit, and then there's cracks all in the concrete. He didn't have a helmet on, but I know it's a children's show. They can't show blood. But I was like, what a graphic scene, only not to show blood and to have him still conscious and talking before he dies. And no blood. I don't know. Maybe in the adult DVD, they give the R-rated treatment for this episode and put blood in it. I don't know. I just thought, why make his death so violent but not put blood? I get it because it's children's show, but why make the death so violent in the first place where there is no blood, which now it comes across kind of weird. But overall, I don't like the new Mandalore story. I'm not really a fan of Obi-Wan Satine. There's nothing wrong with Satine. It's just a character, but just I was never for these two to hook up or anything. And the whole battling Obi-Wan toe to toe. Of course, Obi-Wan's going to come up triumphant on top, but the whole battling with swords, I feel like that wouldn't be much of a match. Obi-Wan would probably squash that very quickly. Maybe he was, trying to figure a way out of this without hurting him or capturing, or I don't know what. I don't think it makes sense. You can make up a good excuse for why Obi-Wan, in my opinion, struggled on this. Well, Matt, he was all cool and calm and collected, and then finally dispatched him. I felt that match should have gone 5 seconds with Obi-Wan. Again, if Death Watch was using smoke grenades and grappling hooks and all this stuff and slashing with the sword at times, he thought he had Obi-Wan distracted, I'm for that. But we didn't have that, is what I'm saying. So again, sorry, but not really. It's not like an awful episode. I won't say it's an awful episode. I just said it was meh. It was meh. And you're going to see probably me give a meh rating to a lot of these two. But anyway, what did you think? What did you think of this Mandalorian, the Mandalore plot? And I will see you next time on Rewatch.